People think autism is always serious, but nobody told my son that. Honestly, he is one of the funniest people I know. And today, I want to share some of the things my son does, which absolutely run our home. My son, a 6-year-old that's non-verbal and autistic. And somehow, he's the boss, the prankster, the peacekeeper and the comedian. So he has a twin sister, that's his best friend. And one day, at his grandma's house, she was telling him off for being naughty, being silly, just as grandmas do. And before anyone could even react, his sister steps in. Don't talk to my brother like that. Grandma's shocked, we're all shocked. Although she was laughing, she did find it really funny. Imagine a little kid telling her grandma, don't talk to my brother like that. It was just so cute. And then my wife says to my daughter, you shouldn't talk to your grandma like that, as mothers do. But here's where it got interesting. My son, non-verbal, no words, steps in, puts his hand out like that. Now he's in front of grandma and his sister, in between them. And just no words, just constant eye contact. As if to say, don't talk to my sister like that. That protective brotherly instinct just kicked in. And all of us, we were just standing there, shocked, in awe. Yeah, he knew, he understood. Now, his grandma isn't just his grandma, that's his friend. He knows when he goes to grandma's house, this is where fun happens. And one of the games that they like to play is when my son is being naughty, his grandma will say to him, chup, which in our language, in Bengali, means quiet. Normally, when an elder, a person of authority, says chup to you, as a kid, you just go quiet. I remember going quiet when my mom used to do that to me. But my son, without missing a beat, will look back at his grandma and say chup to her. And then they go and have this battle of who can make the other person go quiet. And all my mum can do is just laugh her head off. She enjoys the fact that her grandchild is pushing back. But then there's the game where he disappears. He will go and hide in a cupboard somewhere. So everyone's looking for him. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? And then what he will do is he'll sneak out, tiptoe to the kitchen like a ninja. You won't even hear it. You won't even see him. It's like he's just completely disappeared. And then he'll go turn on the tap. Grandma will go running, yelling, stop doing that. As soon as she reaches the sink, he's gone. He's bolted, laughing. And he will continue doing that and picking on her literally throughout the day. That's like his thing. He has to pick on grandma. And this is the thing. He knows what he's doing. He knows his silent. He knows his strategic. And he is proud of it. Now, whenever the word grandma comes up and he hears it, and if it's during lunchtime, he won't eat lunch at home. Because food is in grandma's house. Specifically, her kebabs. So at grandma's house, he doesn't ask for food. He walks in, takes off his shoes, opens his jacket, just drops it on the floor, and will march into the kitchen and open the fridge like he's paying rent. He'll take out a bag of kebabs and just dump it on her lap. As if to say, you know what you need to do. And then, of course, she'll feed him the kebabs. And it's become a routine now where this is what he does. Kebabs are in grandma's house. Nowhere else. I mean, I could bring them home or we could make it at home, but it's not the same. And when he was younger, he used to like to line up cars or line up his toys. And a lot of autism parents can relate to this, their child lining up toys. But my son, being my son, has to push boundaries. So one day my wife's nephews came. They're big, tall adults. He sees them at the door. They step in. Fully grown, long hair, bearded men. He grabs them one by one, takes them by the hand, takes them to the living room, and starts to line them up near the sofa one by one in accordance to height. My wife walks in and she's like, "Why are you all just standing there?" And their response, "Your son has lined us up. We can't move." And then my son, he stands there admiring what he's just done, as if he's created art. And he just claps and laughs. So, in our culture, in the Bangladeshi culture, when we have conversations, we get a bit passionate, we get a bit loud, we're very expressive. But when the room gets too loud, my son, he doesn't shout. He'll just walk up to you, tap you gently on your hand or your arm, as if to say, in that old man energy, "You're too loud. Shush, quieten down, settle down." And everyone listens, because you have to listen. And then there are the school journeys. Whenever I'm taking them to school, my son will start beatboxing. So of course, as his father, I have to join in. And that's where the competition starts. Wherever I do, he'll one-up me. And we'll have this beatboxing battle every time we go to school. Of course, I let him win. Well, I say that. He generally wins, but I like to tell myself I let him win. Makes me feel better about myself. And these are many things that my son does, which just fills the house with joy. And the reason I tell these stories is sometimes we, as autism parents, we look and see a lot of the negatives in terms of the grief, the struggles. But I wanted to shed some light on some of the positives, the laughter, the joy, the funny moments, so we can be in that moment and just enjoy it. Because in life, you have to grab some of the small pieces of happiness and enjoy it to its fullest. My son, my child, along with many of the children out there who don't use words, but somehow they know. They understand people, they understand humour, they understand emotions. They understand love. And my son, my best friend, my partner in crime. And honestly, without him, life would be very quiet, very boring. So here's to an interesting, fun, chaotic life. Thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. A lot of the stuff that I've said on this video is covered in my book, which I'll put the link in the description below. Have a read if you have some time. It is a good book, if I do say so myself. Of course, I would say that. Anyway, take care.